My name's Kaleb Temple. I grew up in Carson City, born in Monterey, and then was in Carson City all my life up until I went to Reno for college and have been in Reno since.
Tell me a little bit about the history of Doodled.
So with Doodled, I have been drawing since I was a kid, and then when I started working at Tower Records, I'd be behind the counter and we had little sheets that had about the same size as these, almost exact. And so that's where the size kind of came into it, and then I started doing quarter sheet, just folding a piece of paper. And it was pocket size, I could do it anywhere. And I just kept holding on to them and then some friends years later asked what happened to the Tower Records ones that I had drawn. And so I started posting them online along with the ones that I was doing. And now online there's over 15,000 on Facebook and other places all over.
Yeah.
A little saturated.
Very prolific. I respect that.
And then recently in the last couple of years I've switched to the Post-its, which I call hierodoodles, because they're all, at my work I've got them plastered all over just like hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine, me and my mom got together to just put out for the heck of it a book, because a lot of people asked me if I was ever going to do a publication, can they buy like some sort of format, and so we put out a publication of the first Doodle, which was just printed local Kinko and stuff like that. But a friend of mine was into writing comic books and had a connection, and they saw my illustrations and saw the publication we did, and they got really excited and wanted to come on board and do a publication of it on their end. So that's how the glossier version of Doodle came about, which is different prints. It was going to be a quarterly Doodle publication. We got the first one out, printed beautifully, and sold really well. And then, right when we were about to publish the second one, the company went under. So I've got a second one lined up. I'll just have to self-publish it eventually, and then maybe more down the road.
Sometimes that's what you have to do.
Yeah, you got to do it yourself.
I have noticed that you draw a lot of actors and directors. I know that you also work in film. You've done some short films yourself. How has that impacted your art? Like, how has that led to the kind of things that you're into drawing?
It kind of goes hand in hand. They're all connected and not. When I went to UNR for school, I got a degree in photography, which I then used more for the filmmaking side and cinematography and visual storytelling. But then I used my drawing also for storyboarding my own work. I've done storyboarding for commercial projects and stuff, but it takes a lot of time. Even though I'm really fast and prolific, storyboarding is a whole different beast. And so I prefer just to do it for myself on my own film projects. But so they relate really well in that sense. But then they inform themselves too, where filmmaking I try to be very precise and only make a film if like I know it's going to be worth everyone's time and effort to do. Where with my doodles, I'm just constantly doing them. They're more like journal entries while I'm on lunch break or opening up at the museum. Like
at your leisure.
At my leisure, and I'm not concerned with the quality as much. They've definitely progressed and gotten better over the years, and they have a consistency to a certain degree. But I'm not concerned and protective of them. But at the same time, my passion for films and movies flows into it. So most of them, about 99% of the doodles, are just made up as I'm drawing. Whether the quote comes first or the drawing, I just make them up. But sometimes I really want to draw a person, and typically I'll go to movie stills or like set photography for people who I really love, who my icons and the people I admire are filmmakers.
Where can we find you online?
Over 15,000 doodles are on Facebook, and most of those are on my Instagram as well. So Kaleb Temple on Facebook or Kaleb the Doodler on Instagram. And all those connections, as well as Tumblr and some of my video work, can be found on my website, which is just kalebtemple.com.
So thanks again.
Awesome.
Really appreciate it. And
enjoy.